Diversity and inclusion requires patience, and it requires a cultural change.
I would like to live in a world where diversity and inclusion is so ingrained in who we are, what we do, that we don't need to have a conversation about it.
We're still 40% women, 60% men, still predominantly white, so there's still work to be done.
Having a more diverse and inclusive environment will make our company future-proof.
I feel like I finally found my voice as a black woman, and I'm not prepared to lose it.
Hi there, I'm Rory McClellan, the On-Trade Sales Director at Budweiser Brewing Group UKI. I'm proud to be an LGBT plus ally, part of the proud resource group. In reality, we shouldn't need allies. We should have diversity and inclusion in the workplace by default. Using the right pronoun can seem daunting. Don't be embarrassed to use the wrong word, but seek clarity and learning on how the person identifies.
What I really love is the fact that myself and all the other amazing women I work with, all together, we're challenging this stereotype and rewriting that narrative that beer is for boys and this isn't an industry for women.
One of the most important things to recognize is around how much privilege do you have. And privilege isn't a concept of, saying you're bad because you're white or you're bad because you're male. These are characteristics that we can't control. But it's about saying, if I've had this help, if I've been given a ladder, maybe I'm 2 steps further than someone else, how can I extend that to other people? Certain characteristics, so whether being white, being male, coming from a good family, they all create advantages that you can benefit from. For example, a woman of color, we've got the gender element, also the ethnicity element. So you start piling on a lot of disadvantages for people.
The vast majority of millennials are more likely to choose a brand whose culture demonstrates inclusion and diversity. And that's across the full spectrum, from race to religion, to ability, to sexuality, sexual orientation. So really, it's almost our responsibility to represent and include diversity in a meaningful way, to pave the way for how we want to represent the world.
I'm a businesswoman. I had a really clear job to do when I took over Bud Light. And it was, this brand is in decline. It's been in decline for a really long time. And if we do not attract young drinkers to come and drink this brand, there will be no future for Bud Light. So I had this super clear mandate. It's like, we need to evolve and elevate this incredibly iconic brand. And what I brought to that was a belief in, okay, what does evolve and elevate mean? It means inclusivity. It means shifting the tone. It means having a campaign that's truly inclusive and feels lighter and brighter and different and appeals to women and to men. And representation is at sort of the heart of evolution. You've got to see people who reflect you in the work. And we had this hangover. I mean, Bud Light had been kind of a brand of fratty, kind of out of touch humor. And it was really important that we had another approach.